Yeah, so hi, I'm Adarna, and before the program, I was diagnosed with anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder. And the reason why these things happened to me was because of the death of my father. I had unhealthy relationships, and I just gave birth at the time, and all these things happened together all at one time. So it was really a recipe for those issues and problems. Okay, so emotionally, at that time, I didn't know who I was anymore. Having lost an anchor in the family, and with all the changes that came along with motherhood, I lost myself. I lost my identity. I didn't know who I was. I was very confused. And it basically broke down. I lost my confidence. I lost the trust I had in myself way back when I was younger, which I considered myself a very strong person. And those things I lost. It was like back to zero. With my health, I didn't really experience a lot of, like getting sick or having fever and stuff like that. I was okay. But I think it manifested, I would just be puking out of the blue uncontrollably, having panic attacks, not knowing what is going on with me, what's going on with my body. I would just be shaking, and that was my first time to experience those. So, when you feel like you don't know what's happening with you. And plus, with the sudden death of my dad. So I thought that every time I had those attacks, automatically my mind would just go to the pattern where I'm going to die. Because my dad died suddenly and I'm going to die. And plus with the hormones and stuff like that. So, yeah, it really went into a downward spiral. That was my health, my condition at that time. So, during my depressive state, I remember I was sleeping a lot. I was always tired, even if I wasn't doing anything. Well, I was also taking care of my son, but that time felt like a blur because most of what I remember was just that I was always tired and sleeping. And it felt so sad because even when my son was there, he was the one that I really wanted in life. I knew that I always wanted a kid, a child. But every time I look at him, I'd even be more depressed. Because what is this? Why do I feel like this? Is this what I'm supposed to feel like? Is this what motherhood is? I'm tired. I'm sad. I'm grieving. So, I had a therapist, I had a psychiatrist, and the time when I was talking to them, I wasn't taking any medications at that time yet because I was breastfeeding. And if you're a mom, if you're a girl, you know how taxing and tiring breastfeeding is. It takes a toll on your mind and your body. So yeah, I only started taking the medications right after I breastfed, and I was still counseling. But so okay, I took medications. I was on Xaner. I had Dormicums to knock me out. Like this is a really strong sleeping pill, and I was taking Z20. Z20 is for people who are dealing with PTSD, which I was. Yeah, but every time I took those pills, I wouldn't feel anything. I wouldn't be sad, I wouldn't be anxious, I wouldn't be nervous, but I wasn't happy. I didn't feel like, oh, every time I take the pill and then boom, I'm happy. No, none of those. I was like a robot. So basically the pills were just to mask the problems. It wasn't to make it go away. It was just a layer to filter it. So there, and yeah, the talks helped a bit. It was kind of good to vent out things, to talk to someone, or at the time, I wasn't taking action to fix or to go to the bottom of what really caused it. Okay, so I heard about the program through Samantha Kapunan. She did the program before me. And I knew, from what I knew, is that she had more or less the same issues that I had. And yeah, by talking to them and some close friends, our friends, her friends and my friends, she was better after the program and after she did the program. So with me at that time, I basically tried everything and I was still feeling shitty. So it was like, what's there to lose, right? So I might as well try this. So yeah, that's how I got into the program. I signed up, and yeah, I didn't expect anything though, because no one's ever heard of, I've never heard of a program like this, right? What is this? It's like it felt like it was just physical activities, but I didn't know that, using your body is a way to get here. This program, the Kokoro Program, is not something you hear of anywhere, or you don't see them on Instagram. It was just through word of mouth. The only reason why I jumped into it was because I saw Sam and she was better. So there, and yeah, so when I finally decided to join, the coach, to somewhat like interrogate, or we had an interview. We were in communication a month before I flew in. And yeah, it was just like talking, and he was studying or examining me, or what kind of person or issues I was having. And yeah, the communication before the program starts, it's important. So our day, typical normal day would be like, wake up at 5. After that, we meditate, probably around 20 to 30 minutes. I don't know, but it felt like that. And then after the meditations, would be journaling, right? Writing stuff, writing affirmations, things that you tell yourself and you believe. And then after that, we would be doing some exercises. It would be physical, or it was mostly physical. There was always that physical part. After the exercises would be the discussion. He would explain to you what the purpose of that exercise was. So, of course, you had to do it, and then he would explain it to you, so you get it. You get what's happening. They just don't make you do stuff and not make you understand and realize its purpose. So, yeah, the discussions, theories, it was like going to school. For me, this is where actually most of my learning took place. It was through the talking. it was like therapy and lessons, life lessons. So there, yeah, and then the discussion theories, and then lunch break, and then you rest. And then in the afternoon, another exercise. And after the exercise would be discussions again. And after that, dinner, and you're done with your day. So the first exercise I did when I arrived, obviously, was, I think, the hardest for me. It's called the Japanese dry swimming.
Don't stop. Don't stop. You're on the best way. Don't stop it.
When I think about it now, it's the hardest for me because I came here in a very bad condition. Yeah, it was the most frustrating thing, exercise. So I was tired and I was complaining and I was feeling all these things. And I guess through that exercise, the first exercise, my teacher was able to point out my weaknesses, my problems, what I was dealing with. Because it was very hard. I was put in a very uncomfortable situation.